else
So
is
even if you're married though legally,
I
your
don't
no, I'm saying like your spouse though, like from a legal standpoint, depending on the state, is still not responsible for your child that you had outside of them. That's why I'm saying like you're still a single mom.
if she has a maid, you consider her a single mom if she's doing most of the womanly duties in the house, which traditionally, let's just, women took care of the kids. So that will make her a single mom.
No, oh, I thought we were just talking about living by ourselves. If I'm married and I take, that's just a part of being nurturing. I'm from Mississippi, so I'm nurturing. I grew up around women just taking care of kids and doing what they supposed to do. That's just in my nature. I don't have to go out to a lounge every weekend. If I have a man at home, I don't consider that a job because if he's working and paying the bills, I mean, I'm just saying, I don't feel like I need a gold sticker to say I'm a mom because that's something that I want to do. I want to be a mom. I am a mom.
So I was gonna say I think there might be a little bit of confusion on like maybe what I was saying. Like I don't mean it to say that like okay, that like it's a job or you're clocking into something. When I say that, I mean like that you could okay, for instance, I was married and I came in with a child, and I had that child from a previous marriage. He's still my child. He's still my responsibility. I'm still responsible for him. However, I do have a husband. So I'm still a single mom. Like I'm still a single mom in that definition of things because he's still my responsibility. If my husband chooses, my new husband, he shouldn't, right? Or I don't think he should, at least. But if he chooses to not help or be involved with my son, then, my son is still my responsibility. I'm still a single mom.
And I feel like the only way for a woman to feel like that, to feel that depressed and lonely, to feel like she's by herself, it is it. We can look at the man, like how's he making her feel for her to even feel like she's a single mom, for her to feel like she needs some type of validation. Do he tell her, hey, let me go find a sitter, let me take you out to eat? Is he taking her out? Like, is he still trying to pursue her in that relationship? With her taking care of those kids, like I want to know like what would make a woman feel that way.
So
if anyone can answer that.
You're speaking more of a person feeling like they're a single mom.
Yeah, like
I was talking more of what do we see? Like when I see a person in the street, what would define me as me saying, "Oh, she's a single mom" or "She's a single mom"? And for me, I've always thought. I mean, I could be wrong or right. I've always thought if you're not married and you have a child, you're a single mom because your status on the report is going to say you're single, check mark. And do you have any children? Single mom.
Yeah,
like not getting
if I was living with a man like me, I would, you know what, God damn, shit, I was a single mom. Well, I'm gonna put mine. I was with my kid's father for 8 years. We wasn't married. So, and I was figuring say that like he can up and leave, like we're not married or anything, like nothing. So when I left, I was a single mom. So yeah, I feel like you can be a single mom, especially if you're not married to this man. If you're not married to him and you living with him, and y'all, even if y'all have kids together separate, you still gonna come out of there a single mom. You still gonna be single.
Unless you're married, it's mommy's baby.
Right. What you said, you showed. Come on, T.
So which one do you think? So are we on? Anybody else want to add to that? Because I want to add something else.
So even if you're married though, legally, I'm saying like your spouse though, like from a legal standpoint, depending on the state, is still not responsible for your child that you had outside of them. That's why I'm saying like you're still a single mom. When you marry that person, you take up their last name. Should they not do that? No, they should not do that. But like if we're being technical, like your child is still falls under that 2-parent sector.
So I think because if we're going by Shan Monet's definition of like the way you fill out paperwork, that wouldn't qualify that woman as being a single mother because she's checking off the boxes married, right? Regardless that her dependents do not belong to the person she's married to, she still checks off the box of married, right? So can we actually still call her a single mother if she's married? Because her status is married, right?
And we can
She's
only
married and a
assume
mother.
that those kids are under that man's dominion. Like he is the head of the household, which means he's over everything within his household. And I would assume that also, I just feel like that's also my kids. So if a man takes me as his wife and my child is in the house, she now is under his leadership. That's just how I.
And that FAFSA, when you fill out that form, that's not tricky. If you file taxes together, even if that's not his kid, they're gonna consider his income when y'all fill out that FAFSA for college and stuff like that. So they would consider that a two-parent household.
Right. Yeah. So I think like some definitions, most people are speaking legally, like, the legal definition of single mom. And then you have like the hypothetically speaking definition of it.
I think in 2022, people like we just take definitions and everything.
Who cares what Webster says? Oh, wait, be gone, Webster.
It's very frustrating. No, like like if you're a married woman, you are not a single mom. Like you just.
That's why I was like, why would you even feel that way?
A football player that's a benchman is still a football player. Like he's sitting on a bench, but he's still
get that check.
Now they may tell you he married a single mom.
I think the only reason why I have that perspective is because I've like actively been in a marriage like that. Like I've literally like actually experienced that, where like we're married on paper, we file our taxes separate but together, and I claim my child and he claims the other two, and that's how it was like that. And we were literally legally married, but.
Oh, you're talking about the child that you had before.
Yes.
And
so you guys were a blended family.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So legally you are still like if he gets up and divorces me, we are divorced.
You still have to take that one child.
Right.
Well, I think that society that I don't think that we'll see you as a single mom because you're not single. You are definitely a married mom now. We don't know who the daddy is.
Yeah.
We don't just assume he the daddy.
It doesn't matter.
You know who the daddy is, but and that's not to take away from the dad. Let me just make it very clear. That's not to take away from the role of the father, because I would assume that people will look at my child's father as he's a single dad, and I'm okay with that. I take no offense to that. I know my role in my child's life. He is a single dad. Available. Anybody want a single dad? Great guy. But I would not take offense to that because legally that's what he is. He's a single dad.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question, because this is a little turn, like a little. So do you think that people look at that differently? Okay, so when we talk about kids born out of wedlock, okay, why are they? It seems like it's because there's so many definitions over here. We know what that means. Like you were born out of wedlock, okay, and that's such a cut dry situation. But the single mother thing is not as cut dry. It's interesting how we have so many different variations of what a single mom is. But at the end of the day, were you married when you had the child? So I just found that to be like a little real, interesting.